This video is about abstract data type. The Java abstract data type is a type of data type whose behavior is defined by a set of operations and values. Um, it's a spatial type of data type in which we can only know what operations are to be performed and not how to perform them. So basically, we are not concerned with the implementation part of a class. And the way in which it does not tell how the algorithms and what should be our implementation part or how the data will be stored or organized in the memory. So this type of abstraction, that is hiding of data, which does not give the view of implementation, is called information hiding or encapsulation. So encapsulation means the same thing. Let me give you one example here. This participation activity. So in the class runner info, we have some member variables, time run, dist run, and the member functions such as set time, set dist, and get speed. So these two arguments, so the member variables time run and dist run are two private member variables which are hidden to, or its scope is limited to, the runner info class. It cannot be accessed outside the class, and the only way to access them is through the public member functions that it have inside it. Through the member function only it is able to, any other class is able to access the private member variables. So programmers often refer to separating one object's interface from its implementation. The user of an object need only know the object's interface, that are the public member method declaration, and not the object's implementation, that are the private data, you can assume. So the private member variables or the member functions inside a class are hidden but only can be accessed through the public member functions in other classes. So this is all about data abstraction and our abstract data type. In the further videos, in the later part of the chapter, you will explore some of the different types of data types other than the primitive types. So what are the primitive type of data type? Let's see. Okay, so primitive types are nothing but the common type of data type that you usually use. So the primitive type of variable directly stores the data for the variable type, such as your int, double, boolean, long, or character that you usually use. Let me just 1 second. Okay, let me show you one example here. Here, as you see, in the primitive type of variable, we have an example, int num equals to 20. What is the meaning of this? 20 value is being assigned to the integer type of variable, simple integer type, that is num. So it's a primitive type of variable example. If you write char c equals to alphabet a, so a is supposed to be assigned to the character type of variable c. So those type of examples um, are termed as primitive type of variable. Let's see another type of variable which is called reference type. So reference type basically points to one address value, or you can say the reference or an instance of class. Let's understand this through an example. If you see this part of the code, int array c equals to 1 2 3 4, so 4 values are going to be stored inside the C reference type of variable, which is one integer type of array. So how is it stored? Actually, in an array, 4 elements will be stored, and the base address, that is the starting elements address of the array, gets returned to or gets assigned to the C reference variable. So these are the difference between the primitive type and reference type of variable.